It's time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the show. Glad you could make it. You are going to have to put up with me wearing glasses because there's stuff over here I've got to read. So, anyway, welcome to the show. Um, it's been a busy. We've got Jeff the Sazza from his truck. Where are you, Jeff? What's been happening to you this week?
I'm in Montesano. I'm home. I'm taking a few days off. I came back to the truck because I have 5G here and I have really good signal.
Oh, good. So, what's the weather like? Bearing in mind it's 12 o'clock midday where you are, isn't it?
I'm out of super bad Arctic. It's been nice here. It's been raining a little bit, but it's been very nice. I've enjoyed my days off. Um, I see we have Patricia with us tonight.
Hi, Patricia. And the Wandering Wanderer looks like he's turned up. Hi, Dave.
Uh,
Dave's been having some power cuts, so Jeff was telling me. Hopefully, we don't lose him during the course of the evening. That will be good.
he's Coggeshal's American Railroad watch expert. He has the certificate and everything.
To prove it,
Yeah.
absolutely. Certificate to prove it. That's good. Well, it's the first show, I guess. We had a bit of what should we call it? A train crash when we did our test. Everybody joined with us, and it was nice evening, Bernie. It was nice to see some people turning up. So tonight we're trying to actually launch it and get things going. So there may be some train crashes. Hopefully there won't be, but if there are, that's why. So we're going to run the show around you guys giving us input. Because me and him, we could sit there and yak at you all night, and you would probably get very bored very quickly and go yawn, 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 bye bye. But we want you to give some input. So if you've got some clips of video or some audio or something you want to share, send it in. We'll put it through. Um, Otherwise, you can call him. We've got a phone number down the bottom here. If I do this, I will do some clever clickery, switchery thingery like this. There's the number. You can call us on 07464 644 288. Give us a bell. You could talk to Jeff in America. Um, you can become a guest. We can bring you up on the screen, send you an invite, bring you up on the screen. So if there's something you want to talk about, or if you just want to come and be on the show, we can do that. Um, and suggestions for upcoming stuff like guests. Who would you like to see on the channel? Um, Other ideas like might be Gabriel, go and see that. I want you to go and look at that because I can't be bothered to go and see it. You go and do it. So that sort of thing. Bring on your ideas. So the show is as good as you guys can make it. And we'll bring input, obviously. We'll do what we normally do. Um, but it would be nice to see you guys getting involved in the comments as well. That's another way.
We have the station master with us now.
Bernie earlier. Yeah, so it's nice to have Bernie with us. Um, so yeah, that's kind of the introductions. Um, Jeff, you've been thinking about art recently. You tell me, don't you?
I have because I passed so much of what people, the creators, would consider art. Um, that I spend a lot of time thinking about it. As I pass it, I just think to myself, is it as art? And yeah, lately especially I have because I have seen stuff that I don't think is art.
Hmm. We have a film about that, don't we? Well. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to click some buttons and hopefully this will happen.
Hello, this is Jeff again, and today I would like to talk about art because I was not raised by artistic people, and at no point in my life did I ever have an art appreciation class in school But the one thing that we did have was a velvet Elvis painting hanging in the house. And we also had these. These were Dutch Thompson prints, and they were probably available as some kind of a giveaway premium. And we had 4 or 5 of these around the house when I was growing up. And of course, we had the Boulevard of Broken Dreams print hanging around the house somewhere. And we had the velvet print of dogs playing poker. I'm not really prepared to be an art critic in any way, shape, or form, but I kind of do like the jackalope in front of Wall Drug in North Dakota. I do spend a little time here just visiting it and looking at it. I guess maybe that might make it art. Also in North Dakota, I do kind of like the world's largest prairie dog. It just seems to me to go to that much trouble, it should be appreciated. Not really a fan of the big mountainside carvings like Stone Mountain and Mount Rushmore. I know you were sitting at the breakfast table this morning wondering about the world's largest pheasants, and they're in North Dakota. I pass this one all the time. This isn't art to me, but I'm hoping Andrew Norris will chime in on this. World's largest grasshoppers in the Dakotas. I've passed this a few times. Is it art? I don't know. I pass this all the time in North Dakota. It's on I-90. And this makes no sense to me. I don't even understand this. To me, this is not art. I'm sorry. The coffee pot, teapot thing has been kind of overdone. But I have to say there's a lot of work in these buildings. If nothing else, you have to acknowledge that. I love this. This is in Oklahoma on the old Route 66, and I know it's a bunch of old oil drums that they stood out in a field and beat until it looked like some kind of weird whale boat thing. I get it, but there's a lot of work in that, and you have to say it is kind of artistic. I don't know what it's for, but you gotta say it is kind of artistic. The whole car Stonehenge thing to me has been completely overdone. But this one has a Willys pickup in it, so I have to say, yeah, that's kind of artistic. We got a new one in Florida of old Airstream trailers. I went by it not too long ago. I don't know. Maybe it's artistic. I don't know. It's something different, I guess. Kind of the same theme. I leave you now in Council Bluffs, Iowa, asking the question, is it art? Goodbye, everyone. Be good to each other. Think good thoughts, do good deeds, and I will see you on another adventure.
Well, that was interesting. That was really interesting. I'm getting horrible echo here. I hope nobody else is getting it. Anyway,
Everyone is saying that your volume is too low. Mine is where it should be, and yours is too low.
mine's too low. Well, let's see if we can bring mine up a piece then, shall we? How's that? 1 1 1 1 2. Hopefully they can hear me clearly now. So yeah, maybe art. That's a strange one. I know absolutely nothing about art. In fact, what I know about art, you could write on a postage stamp, still have it left to stick it. I don't know anything about art. I like Salvador Dali. There's a couple of artists around here that I like. Yeah, I've never really been an art fan, as it were. Are you, Jeff, an art fan?
What I know about art, you could put in an enema for a fruit fly, but you know, when you have a job like mine, you pass so much of it where people have tried, and it's right out there for you to see that, I don't know.
Yeah. So you tell us you're back at home. Where is home, Jeff? Where are you now exactly?
I am in Montesano, Washington, which is in the northwest of the United States. I'm in Washington State, which is a separate entity, of course, from Washington, D.C., which is on the East Coast. I'm out here in the middle of the really tall Douglas fir trees and the beautiful lakes and mountains.
Oh, so it's really nice countryside over there, isn't it? And you're about as far away as you can be without going to Hawaii as well, aren't you?
Yeah,
So,
I'm kind of up here in the corner. It's very beautiful country and very nice people. It's a very nice town. The town of Montesano is very nice. It's a very nice town. I've done several videos about it, and everybody really liked it.
yeah, and of course we're going to be seeing another one of your videos about it a little later. One of the things I mentioned earlier on about how people can get involved is one of the things you mentioned was maybe reviewing a YouTube channel. Um, I watch loads of YouTube channels because of what I do, and I'm always looking at other things and how people do things. And I came across um, a couple of people, and they're called Team McGrath. They just turned up one day in my feed, the way YouTube sends stuff for you to look at. And sometimes I click on things, other times I don't. This one, the title caught me because it was to do with FlixBus. And I've travelled on FlixBus. I'm a little bit of a fan of FlixBus. They make European travel feasible for people like me who've got no money. And they did this trip, and I watched the film, and I really enjoyed it. So, without any further ado, let's go and have a look at the film that I made about them. Get in touch. If it'll play. What the hell? Sorry, guys. Hang on. Give me a second. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, here we are. I was working on YouTube the other day when this turned up. It's Team McGrath, and they're a new channel. And I clicked on it and discovered that there's a load of videos on there that I really quite enjoy. It's a husband and wife team that travel all over the place, around the world, really. And they've got a lovely style. You're almost there with them. And I must admit, I did find myself really enjoying this channel. They're all over the place. I think they're off to China at some point as well. But yes, it's hopefully we'll keep in touch with these guys and maybe collaborate sometime down the path. If there's a YouTube channel that you want to see reviewed or you want to review yourself, get in touch. Well, I think that worked.
We have some new people chiming in. Allison O'Brien is saying good evening, and KP Fishing.
Oh, hi guys. Welcome along to the show. I hope you like what we're doing. We're pretty much flying by the seat of our pants at the moment. So again, join in. The more people join in, the more fun it's going to be for everybody. I did mention earlier on we have guests on the show. I've spoken to Merlin. Those of you who watch the channel may have seen my video of Merlin. Those of you who live in or have visited Glastonbury anytime in the last couple of years will have seen Merlin. He's definitely part of the Glastonbury's landscape now when you come to town, stood outside the Abbey. He could come along with the show. I'm going to ask several other people in the community to come on, people who've got interesting things to say. If you can think of anybody that you would like the show, they don't have to be in Glastonbury, because with the marvels of modern science, when I've learned how to push the right buttons down here to make all this work, we will be able to bring them on by camera, just like we do Jeff. Jeff is currently 4,100 miles away from me. And
KP Fishing is asking me about the weather where I'm at. I'm in Montesano, Washington, and the sun has just came out a little bit. It's in the mid 50s Fahrenheit. It's been very nice. When I first got here, it was cold and icy, but it's turned around nicely.
You wouldn't want to go fishing, I guess. The word fishing is in the name. You could tell them a thing too about the fishing up where you are in the northwest.
You know what? I can hear that Elwha River calling me and my fly rod, but it's going to have to get about 20 degrees warmer.
Yeah, yeah. Because Jeff is a very keen fly fisher, aren't you, Jeff? One of your things that and go panning.
The ponderer is saying that your mic is fluttering in and out.
Is it? Oh, okay. But see, the trouble is, I can't hear what's going out, and I don't know what to change to make it. I mean, according to this, I've got a good signal. I can hear a good signal in here, and it should be going out on there. I just don't know. Is that better? I've just done that. Tell me that might be better. Other than that, I don't know. Hello. I've just pinged. You're
Speaking of channels that we love, you'd have to put the ponderer in that, the wandering ponderer in that category for me. I love his videos about Coggeshall.
yeah. I'm up for that. So I'm going to hold the mic. People are saying it's not too good. Yes, again, if you wanted to review his channel, Jeff, you could, and we could probably get him on here as a guest.
I would love it if we could have the ponderer as a guest, and I think everyone else would too, because he's a very interesting person.
He certainly is. Lots of things to he can talk about. Yeah, and there's a few other people, but yeah. So at the Dave, let us know if you want to come on as a guest, or if you want
I
to.
am a big fan of the lady with the emu, the Useless Farms. Um, she has that emu that she is so kind and sweet to, and gives it treats and cleans its house and treats it so well. And that bird attacks her at every given moment.
Yeah, they don't know gratitude in you, do they? We had a guy called Rod over here when I was younger, and he had this thing called emu, and it was a thing. He put his hand up it and did all this, but it attacked people, and it attacked anybody. They wouldn't let him get the queen because you couldn't guarantee attack the queen. And it was an absolute nutter.
He
I
was
believe
on television over here at Christmas
was
every
he?
year. Yeah, somebody, whether it was Johnny Carson or Dick Cavett or somebody, would always have him on at Christmas.
I didn't know that. He actually fell off the roof of his house. He was adjusting an aerial. I think that did for him, which was sad. But yeah, I mean, it is interesting. So we can get guests on here and get them to tell us what they're doing or what they're interested in. Or I'd like to get Kim on here from Heart of the Tribe as well, because she'll be interesting. She's got a finger in so many pies, and of course they're closed at the moment. They're dark in January, but they will be hanging the next exhibition quite soon, and I'll be going along with the 360. I think some people know that I do the 360 virtual tours. I should be going along and doing that. So, apart from regular guests on the show, what's in store? Jeff, you're about to leave and head off on the road.
Yeah, I'll be leaving Wednesday or Thursday. This afternoon, I was working on a watch. I have an American Railroad watch that I want to donate to the museum in Coggeshall, where Wandering Ponderer lives, because I donated several British Railroad watches, but I want people to see an American Railroad watch. So I was working on that this afternoon. I'll be getting it off in the next day or two. And yeah.
Because for those who don't know, the difference between American railroad watches and our railroad watches is one of quality. In America, they had great distances to travel, and 80% of the lines were single track. So where you were on that track was governed strictly by time. In 1891, a believe, in Kipton, Ohio, a guard's watch stopped for 4 minutes, and he didn't know it stopped. So they were on the track when they shouldn't be, and they had a head-on collision, and people died. So as a result of that, the owners of the railways came together with a guy called, his name
His name, my mind completely went blank. Ball, Webster C. Ball, Webster Clay Ball.
Webster Claiborne. That's the man. Now he came up with a set of uh, uh, what would you call it?
Standards.
Standard specification. So for a watch, it had to be lupine, which meant it wasn't a full plate. It had to have certain numbers, had to be open for blah 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 blah. But the Americans, as a result of that, became the world's best watchmakers, and they
Well,
did it.
not the best, but they were good. Have you seen an Australian railroad watch? Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, there is that. But I mean, what was happening was the Americans were mass producing in a factory watches to a grade that before that would have been handmade. But even so, handmade watches would have been no good on the American railroads because each one's different. And that conformity was essential because they had to be accurate to 3 seconds a day, which even nowadays is quite a piece of work. So it's interesting because the English watches, we didn't have to be accurate. We had signals, we had signal boxes, and we had a lot more two-way track. So we didn't have to have the exact accurate watches like the Americans do. And they're chalk and cheese when you look at them side by side now. Chalk and cheese, aren't they, Jeff?
Station master said, Rod Hull and Emu, very sad case. Um, it is sad because he was adjusting his antenna.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a Christmas show or something, wasn't it? I believe. I don't know. Because nowadays you've been plugged in the wall with the internet. You wouldn't antennas. Whew. Does anybody remember? Does anybody still have an antenna? I mean, it wasn't that long ago. You walked down the street in England and every house had at least an antenna and a satellite dish. Does anybody still get their TV from satellite? Are they still out there? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Another most amazing thing I ever saw was an RV, a camper van, and I was camping somewhere, and this bloody Jim Palace turned up, and he actually cracked and unfolded the satellite dish because the poor thing couldn't leave home and leave his satellite behind. He had to take it with him. Oh. But now it's on our phones, isn't it? So does anybody out there remember that or still use that technology? Does it still exist? Is it still in America?
I suppose, yeah, to a small extent, maybe. But it is amazing how fast technology has progressed. Because when I lived on my sailboat, I still had Loran navigation, and that's long gone.
Yeah, totally. Yes, because Jeff used to live on a boat in Seattle, was it?
Portland. I lived on my sailboat. Yeah.
Portland. Yeah, Jeff is one of these guys who's had a very interesting life and all sorts of things in his life. And someday we'll get to tell you what they are because a lot of them are really interesting. I mean, he's been a parks cop, he's worked in steel mills, he's had some work around boats, I believe trains at one point, and of course now he drives a truck. He you had a load you just had taken away because they changed their mind. It was about 1,400 miles we were going to drive right across the border with Canada. Now, for those who know America at the moment, they are in the thick of a cold spell. So luckily that's happening. But talking about that, what's your week ahead hold, Jeff? Because you'll be back on the road.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last part.
Yeah, I'm saying, what does this that week ahead hold for you because you're heading back to work. You don't know what you're loading.
Yeah, they haven't told me yet. It's not. It's in the middle of winter, and I'm in Seattle, so it's snow every direction. It's not going to be anything good, but I'll survive, I guess. This last week, before I got home, was bad. I basically drove from Philadelphia here, and I was in the snow every day. There was 4 named storms, and you'd go and you'd be stuck for a couple of days, and then you'd go and you'd be stuck for a couple of days. It took me, I don't know, 9, 10 days to get across. It was quite bad.
I don't want to belittle what's happened in Scotland recently with the snow up there, but when we say we've got snow, you've got to go and have a look what this guy drove through. I mean, roads were actually closed, physically closed. They had to send snowplows out to open up the road so that people like Jeff could get their trucks through. And it was, I mean, snow, deep snow. It's very impressive. So you don't know where you're going now, do you? You were going to go Brunswick, wasn't it? But it's not happening now.
Yeah, no, they changed their mind. KP Fishing says that his brother-in-law is an absolute twin for Merlin.
Oh, really? Berlin has a doppelganger.
And Dale, the space wizard, says, I remember as a child being bought my first little TV, which came with a areola that I had to move from and point in different directions for different channels in different weather conditions. I remember that. I remember the TV with the rabbit ears in the back, and you would sit and
That goes back, isn't it? Patricia's saying there that she doesn't actually have a TV. I don't. I honestly can tell you, I do not have a TV. I have my monitors in this room, and I watch YouTube, and I watch Amazon Prime. I haven't got the time to watch TV. And apart from the occasional good program like the Post Office one, TV is not what it used to be. So, I mean, do many people out there still have TV? I mean, do you watch TV? Because I remember when I was younger, it was Saturday night, would be a night, you'll gather around the TV to see the latest episode, whatever, or, whatever it was. Even Dallas in the day was a big show on a Saturday night. But you had all the, remember the A-Team were on the on Saturday night. I used to like the A-Team. We got a plan coming together, boys. I used to know that. But no, it doesn't seem to, people don't surround TV like they used to. It used to be TV be something you did as a family. Now you do it on your phone in your bedroom.
that's all I have is my phone. Of course, I have a really nice phone because I use it for making my videos, and I even edit my videos on it. And it's my television and everything else. As a matter of fact, I'm talking to you now on it, but
Yeah.
it's a OnePlus 11, and I really, they're expensive, but they really are as good as people say they are.
Yeah, you've got 8K camera on that thing. It's incredible what they're doing on these phones. I mean, a lot of processing, but boy, they are getting so good, so good. I've been filming on camera for quite a while now. Over a year, I've been using my phone. But there's a new gadget out, a new camera, and we've all changed around. Dave the one Ponder has got my old camera, and I'm going to be getting one of these cameras. They shoot with 8K as well, and so I'm going to start shooting on an action camera. Because phones are great filming, but they are primarily phones. They're not cameras. So that will change a little bit. Hopefully, you'll see an improving quality. I start editing 8K video. Because you see, you won't see 8K video. But what it allows you to do is zoom in without quality. You could have an 8K video and zoom in 4 times, still have the same resolution 4K camera which you could then zoom in another 4 times. So it's there's lots you can do with those things. So we are changing things. Also, we're looking for a name for the program. We were looking earlier on. Now, Poppy hasn't put in the appearance tonight. Normally, you see Poppy's tail just going across, kind of like that, just walks across the camera. But she hasn't put in the appearance tonight, sadly. But we're thinking of calling it something to do with Poppy. We don't know. If anybody's got any ideas, again, the way to go is to send them to this address right here. Nah, it's going to be really thick there. Never mind. There it is. You've got it. GlastonBuryGabriel@gmail.com. I am going to get an easier email because that one down there is a little bit too hard to remember if you haven't got a pen and paper. Or I always spell it my own. Get a short one because that really address any suggestions, any ideas. If you've got a video, if you make a 2-minute video, send it to us via WeTransfer to that address. But yes, by all means, send us your stuff. And we've got another one for Jeff to look at. Jeff was talking about when he's home, he goes to his favourite cafe, the Beehive. So he's done us a little video all about the Beehive, and we're going to have a look at it right now.
Corner in the exact center of Montesano, Washington, in 1938, a young man put up a tent, with the idea being of opening a small restaurant right in the center of town to serve people who were on the go. I envision in my mind that it probably looked like this. In 1941, the current building was built, and it became known as the Beehive Restaurant. In the morning, it's where I like to come and think over a cup of coffee and some breakfast. The interior is spacious and homey, and within the confines of its walls, I sit here and I drink my coffee and I contemplate my place in the universe and friends that have come and gone and loves long lost. I think about the young man in 1938 with his dream of opening a restaurant, and I wonder what he would think if he were here today to see what it has become. I wonder if French toast is really French, and if you were in Paris, if you could go to a restaurant and say, I would like French toast, and they would know what you wanted. On my 61st revolution around the sun, I am sitting here and I'm drinking coffee and I'm thinking about the meaning of life.
Well, thanks, Jeff. That place really does look nice. I tell you what, though, that's something, and I'm probably going to get shouted down here by the good vegans of Glastonbury, but we could really do with a place like that. We've lost Mockerberry, which was where you went for just that sort of food, and that's sadly no longer with us. But there is a place on the outskirts of town called Mamps. I need to go and do a review of Mamps because they do a good hearty work breakfast in there. It's really nice. So I used to go and sit with Robin quite often. So maybe that's a video to make. I'll go down. I know them. I'm sure they won't mind. And then talking about videos I'm working on, I've got a project on at the moment with the Queen of Cups. People from Glastonbury will know Aisha, who is the amazing owner and chef of Queen of Cups. She's kind of mixes Lebanese and Western food, and it is to die. We're going to be doing an interview with her. Vicky is going to be doing interviewing because she's far better at it than I am. from North Glastonbury, and I went last week and I did some pickup on B-roll of the place was working, the kitchen work. And as I looked, I was presented this box, and this box had hummus in it with some falafel and a piece of rolled up. There was a piece of rolled up. I'm here to tell you that was the finest hummus I've ever eaten in my life. It was amazing. The food is famous. Now, I shoot myself on one of the chef programs on TV, Really Steady Cook or Chef, or I don't know. I don't have TV, but she was on the show and it's really good on it. So I, as a lot of people know, I thought it was a good opportunity to go along, talk to the lady, find out how she came upon this merging of East and West that she has, and how she came to where she is now, cooking this amazing food. And also, while I'm in there, I will hopefully she will be there. One of the ladies in there is the best barista in Glastonbury. There you go, I've said it. It's out there. I've said it. In my opinion, she is the best barista in Glastonbury. Her coffee is just, what can I say? Hopefully she'll be in there when we go back. So that's one film I've got coming up. I've got a couple of other bits and pieces. I've got to go to London again soon for an issue I have with something. And I was thinking, I was looking the other day back at the Post Office Museum. I know Post Office is in the news at the moment for all the wrong reasons, and I'm not going to get into that, but it was horrible what happened, and I'm glad we didn't get some justice. But the museum, the Post Office Museum in London, is something A, interesting to me, but B, something I've been meaning for a long, long time. So I'm thinking when I go to London next time, because they've got that little miniature underground train that used to go all around. Your post to go on a miniature underground train all around London. A lot of people didn't even know that. And they've still got a section of this, and you can now walk on it. And it was, when it was working, it was strictly outbound. The public didn't go down. So I think it's going to be an interesting video to do. Maybe when I go to London next time, I'll do that. Jeff, what have you got in mind, buddy? You got anything like that?
Well, before I tell that, Station Master is a MASH fan. He says in the comments.
Oh,
And Allison O'Brien says, I was born in the 70s, only remember TV from the late 70s and 80s. Best TV programs ever. Yes, my favorite programs were from the 70s and 80s.
absolutely.
I, of course, am a total Keeping Up Appearances fan. I loved that show.
Yeah,
And I also loved The Secret Life of Machines. That was my other
Tim
favorite.
Hunking. Yeah, Tim Hunking, one of our boffin.
Why don't you show, if it's handy, why don't you show people what you're going back to London for?
Oh, yes. I have here, where's the camera? There it is. I don't know if I can show you this without it getting too bright. But I have here a rock 18 size pocket watch. Very rare to find one working. Currently, this one is it went up to our watchmaker Mohammed in London, and he did sterling work that I believe he gave up Christmas Day, because he had to make a part for it. However, it's not quite right, and it's stopping and starting, so it has to go back.
But it's a very sad story about Rockford because his watches were really quite good. And his was it his son or his grandson? I don't remember which was kidnapped and held for ransom, and ultimately it led to the demise of the company.
Company, yeah, lost interest, didn't he? That's a really sad story because that's a very good watch. No, Rockford's a beautiful watch, but hard to get parts, which is why Mohammed made Shah had to make. By the way, you see me drinking coffee, it's a little brand insert here. Folgers coffee, all the way to America. I'm hooked on Folgers coffee. It's absolutely excellent. Those of you who know, you know. It's good stuff.
Moz just joined us. He says, "Sorry, I'm late." Well, we're glad to have you.
Hey, Mark, how you doing? We how long have we been going? Anybody know?
40 minutes.
Have we really? Okay. We kind of thought we'd get this show started because we don't want to be sitting there going, "Oh," and so it's in the over here this, and we would rather be a shorter show with stuff in it. So we thought we'd start off at kind of 30 minutes. But I'm really pleased that we've actually got to 40 minutes. I don't think you've been crazy to say yet. we, we, I think it's going all right. People, please in the comments let us know what you think. If we can change or if there's anything you want us to do, please tell us because otherwise we sit up here and ramble about all sorts of nothing. Hello, Jeff. Did I upset Jeff? Oh, hi, Jeff. Oh, well, it's just me now. Okay, so yes, so hopefully we've got enough stuff going on here to keep you interested, and we really your suggestions. Here comes Jeff. Jeff has come back. There's Jeff. Hello. I thought you left me.
No, I pushed the wrong button. I was trying to read comments.
Yes, again, Jeff is doing a sterling job with the comments down there. This is one of the things you find out when you do a show. You think,
Dale the Space Wizard just says, "Are you aware that there was a one special prequel to Keeping Up Appearances called Young Hyacinth, set in the 50s?" No, I did not know that. I will look for that.
you're a big fan of that show, aren't you?
I should say this is one of those things I'm going to bitterly regret saying. And I loved my mother. My mother was a wonderful person, and I loved her very, very dearly. And I would never, ever say anything bad about her. But she was Rose. My mother was Rose. She dressed like Rose. She was Rose without the cigarettes.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Is that why you like it so much, or is it just coincidental?
I think was it Patricia Rutledge? I think she was perfect for that show. And yes, maybe, I don't know. I always really liked that show. I found it very funny. I know that it's not everybody's taste, but I really enjoyed it. Some of the British programs I didn't get. What was the one where they ran a hotel? The one.
Oh, 40 Towers?
Yeah, I don't get that.
See, that's some British humour goes straight across the top of American heads.
Yeah, no, no. And Red Dwarf, the first season of Red Dwarf was really good, but
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think season 3 was particularly excellent of that. It really was. But yeah, I mean, people do that. They have different ideas of what's funny. I mean, for me, my favourite program is 24 Horses. I love that program. It was so fun. That and Top Gear. Top Gear.
the station master is asking us how often we plan on cursing people with this dredge. How often
With this garbage. Yeah, well, our garbage men come every 3 weeks over here, which I think is ridiculous because it doesn't form a cycle. You're never on the same week. You never know when you come in. And I'm one of these guys. Certain people, they know exactly what day the bin men are coming because they're organised. I'm not one of those people. But I don't know. I think I've always said that the bin men should come and clear the garbage once a week. So I think once a week would be about right. I mean, it depends again. Please, in the comments over here or by email, it's on the screen now. Look,
Hmm.
gmail.com. Do you want to see our faces once every 6 months, once a week, or no, never again? I mean, you all turn around on mass and say, "Do you know what, Gabriel? You are to live streaming what Cyril Smith was to hang gliding. We'll take it on board and we'll go. We'll be out of here. You won't see us. We'll be gone somewhere." So I mean, again, it's up to the guys out there.
The Ponderer, he's commenting, great coffee, Folgers. The reason that you got Folgers and the reason that he got Folgers was kind of a historical experiment, because during World War II, at the height of the war, when you were getting supplies from us, that's what your grandparents would have drank, is Folgers and butternut and yeah, chock full of nuts. There you go. That would have been the brand that grandma and grandpa would have drank.
Absolutely. I'm also, while we're talking about coffee, which it doesn't take much to get me talking about coffee. Here is another fine brand. I must admit, I do like the taste of American coffee. Italian brews. I know I like American coffee, and here's one of my favourites: Don Francisco's butterscotch toffee. And this is real coffee. This is not instant. This is not like the flavoured garbage you get over here in England, this third world country we live in. This is real ground coffee with the essences in it. And these guys are from San Francisco somewhere, aren't they, at the moment?
Los Angeles, yeah.
Los Angeles. Yeah, so they're from over there with the sunshine.
Let's see. The station master just chimed in and said, "I find it hard sometimes doing a live show once a fortnight. Don't burn yourself out." You know what, Mr. Station Master? There is at least one person on this planet that has uh, let's call it renewed respect for you and your ability to do this as well as you have and as often as you have. Yes, Mr. Station Master.
Absolutely, because we started on earlier on. You see people doing these shows, and they make it look so easy. I mean, yeah, because some of the bigger guys, they've probably got someone behind the camera. They've probably got someone operating a little box of tricks. I mean, we've got a thing here called a stream deck. If you can see that, got a stream deck. You know, they've probably got someone operating that, cutting the cameras. They got to do. But these guys who are in there on their own doing it, you need to be an octopus with 16 different sets of eyes. Thankfully, Jeff tonight has been keeping an eye on the comment. I mean, they're going through and going through. Without my glasses on, I can't even see them. And I'm sure if I find some glasses, I can find out, maybe talk to somebody on the. Patricia's there. Go, they have camp coffee. Camp coffee. Camp coffee. Now, you see, coffee is we have camp coffee over here, and I think it's got a lot of chicory in it. And chicory gives it I can see Jeff's face over there, nearly 5,000 miles away, not looking impressed. But I tell you what it's good for. I wouldn't drink it as coffee, but boy, you mix that with ice cream and milk, it gives the most amazing milkshake. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing milk. But yeah, that's
Moz wants to know, Gabe, have you ever visited the US? And Jeff, have you ever visited the UK?
Well, no. I've got this stupid fear of flying in an airplane, which I'm getting over because Jeff and I are planning to go out to play in Las Vegas. Because everything is there, everything that is wrong about America and everything that's right about America is right there in that town. And we don't have to go far. And there are certain things like I'm wearing at the moment my hang on, I don't know if you can see this. My popsicle watch, which just happens to be what Jeff's wearing, I think. Now that there you go, look at that matching watch. Now this popsicle is like a little ice cream, but they has a brother called a fudgicle or fudgicle. There's different ways of saying it. We're not getting into that conversation. But the fudgicle, I really want to try that. And of course, you can't send that across the ocean. And there are certain fast food joints that we're going to try. And we're just going to have a boys' night out or two, aren't we?
Well, if you're going to come to America and you if you want to come because you want to meet somebody and have fun and everything, Las Vegas is the only place to go because it's one of the cheapest places in America to fly to. You don't have to worry about transportation and you don't have to worry about a cheap hotel, a nice, inexpensive hotel. And you don't have to worry about, being able to go out and sightsee and everything. And if you don't gamble, Las Vegas is wonderful
Yeah.
because everything is free. The talking statues, the fountains of Bellagio, all that stuff's all free.
And there's lots of food. You got to walk into these places and they've got like help yourself food everywhere, haven't
Yeah, and everything in America is in Las Vegas. So like a lot of the regional things like White Castle. White Castle is like in Chicago and New York and all that. Well, they have a White Castle in Las Vegas. So if you were in Las Vegas and you wanted to go in and get one of their tiny little, sandwiches and say, well, I tried White Castle as a cultural experience, Las Vegas.
they? Yeah. They're all there. Of course, you've got the street. Get this.
The Moz was asking me if I'd been to the United Kingdom. No, I have not. I have about a year and a half before I retire, and it is my intention of beelining it over there. I want to, I want to meet the ponderer. I want to go have lunch. I have 50,000 questions for the ponderer. Bernie. I want to shake Bernie's hand. I want to go and sit and have a pint of ale. And we've got 40 years of catching up to do. And Ernie Samet. I would like to meet him. And there is just so much that I want to do. I want to experience the United Kingdom from a canal boat at walking speed. I really am looking forward to that.
And it's a
So
place in
that's
Ireland to go as well.
huh?
It's a place in Ireland we need to go.
Yeah, my ancestors are from Cong, Ireland. And I would like to go there.
Mm. So Jeff will be coming over. Don't worry, we will be putting on a Jeff's on the floor when he does get here because there's so much for him to see. So
Uh,
much to see.
Patricia says she's been to Vegas.
Yeah, well, Trisha's married to an Englishman now, isn't she? I say that because George was an American, but now he's gone through the whole thing and he's now an Englishman. And I believe Patricia was saying that she's going to get an American passport, so they got the best of both worlds. I love that idea. It's clever.
Moz says we would be pleased to have you. Have shared many great conversations with American tourists over a cold pint.
Yeah, not too cold. You see, that's one of the things the Americans don't understand. They don't know beer. I'm sorry. And I'm probably going to get shouted down in the comments here and probably shot down in flames, but I don't drink much. I'm not a drinker. I like coffee. But when it comes to ale should not be chilled. There is a temperature at which ale should be maintained and it is not chilled. If it's chilled, you're chilling it because it tastes awful, and chilling it takes that awful taste away and makes it drinkable. If you don't believe it, try drinking a lager beer at the right temperature, i.e., the temperature that ale should be at, and tell me how good that tastes. It's undrinkable. You have to have it that cold to even make it past your lips. So
One of the things that I want to experience is real cheddar because you guys invented cheddar.
Well, Cheddar's just up the road. It's that way over there. I'm looking at Cheddar now. It's over there. It's about 8 miles straight line. 8 miles.
So it's got to be better than ours because you guys invented it.
Well, yeah. I mean, American cheese again is another weird one. I mean, I'm a bit of a fan of cheese in an aerosol. I will freely admit that if I go down to my fridge now, there is
Oh,
cheese.
Station Master is saying good night.
Oh,
He said, sorry, folks, I have to go. Great show. Hope to see any of you who can make it to the social club tomorrow. Take care. Those of you who have not experienced the Station Master's Choice walkumentaries, he does a live show. It's tomorrow at 8 p.m. He is the master of it. He is a very great person, and much respect to the station master.
yeah. And he is a station master. Sometimes station master at Bodgham down there on the Kent and East Sussex Railway. I've been down. I've done a video. It's an amazing railway. It's an absolutely amazing railway.
You'll have to help me with the name. Ian McLaughlin?
McLaughlin. Yeah.
Jeff, I have a cousin in, I'm assuming that's Arizona. Granddad came from Antrim, Ireland. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people from Ireland, I mean, the potato famine saw a lot go over. Somebody said if it hadn't been for the Irish potato famine, the New York Police Department would have had no policemen.
Kate Smith is saying, hello, Jeff and Gabriel. It's very nice to have you here. Kath Smith.
Kath. Hi, Kath. And where's the camera? Oh, there it is. I need to get used to every camera. I had a really bad day yesterday. I don't know if you can see this. That's my screen. Can you see what I did? Look. Now this is my curved widescreen that I bought with the insurance money when I broke my last screen. The idea being it makes it very easy to edit my videos. But then this thing that I'm holding in my hand, which you can't see, which has got the camera attached to the top of it, fell. And as you can see, it just caught the bottom of the screen. And it didn't fall very hard, but it was enough to do that. So I was very sad yesterday, to say the least. Very, very sad. But anyway, we live and learn by our mistakes, don't we? So I think we've covered lots of things. I really am determined that we don't bore people by sticking around too long. So I think we must have been nearly an hour.
58 minutes.
I need a timer. Well, that's worked well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand you over to Jeff so that Jeff can say, and then I'm going to say good night. And then I think unless you all gang up and say, please do that again, it was horrible. We'll see you next week. What do you think, Jeff?
You can't count on me. I could be stuck in a snowdrift in North Dakota.
This is true. Jeff obviously wants to be here for these, but as he says, if he's stuck in 4 foot snow halfway across.
I want to do it again. I want to regroup it, in 4 hours, but I understand that, Jeff needs to be taken in small doses and in moderation.
Oh, I don't know about that, but it's Jeff. It will depend on his situation, and of course, don't forget, Jeff is 8 hours behind us at the moment. As he comes this way, he'll get up into the mountain time, so that will be 7 hours, and then he spends a lot of time in Central, which is 6 hours, and sometimes he comes across to Philly and it's 5 hours. So you never know where you are and how far in time he is. The worst to get used to is when he's at home. I've got to say this 8 hour thing. You sort of 2 o'clock in the afternoon, think, oh God, it's only 6 o'clock in the morning. It really has an impact. But yes, Beth, if you want to say good night. and then we'll wrap up. Let the lovely people go home.
Yeah, I would just like to say thank you to everybody for their support, and your comments on my videos are wonderful, and I love making them, and I'm glad that I'm always happy to see people's comments, and I got 1 or 2 more days off, and I'll be hitting the road. Yeah, and it must really be strange for you guys to have time zones, because you guys don't have time zones.
No, the only time zone we have really is if we cross the channel. They're an hour behind. They're an hour in front. I beg your pardon. They're an hour in front. You skip forward now. Although it's weird, you're not going west. You can actually go east. You can actually go west because the whole of Europe is in a time zone. So technically, Spain, which crosses, I believe, is still all in one time zone.
It's really going to mess you up when you come to Las Vegas, because you land in Las Vegas 45 minutes after you take off.
Yeah, that's clever. That that is very clever. And we thought we had it with Concord. Anyway,
Wow.
we're going to say goodbye now because Jeff and I haven't eaten yet because we want to get this done first. I truly hope everybody out there enjoyed our effort this evening. It can only get better. If it gets worse, please tell us and we'll stop. But we've got other ideas. We could do with some people ringing in, taking part. We could do with people sending in some videos. Don't forget the phone number is there, 464 644 288. I may change that soon because I discovered I've got my mum's old phone number on a SIM card, and I'm thinking, I might use that one. And then the other thing, of course, is the email address to send stuff. If you are thinking of sending us some ideas, some suggestions, anything, video, it goes to glastonburygabriel@gmail.com, right there. And usually transfer. If you're sending a video, we transfer is so.
We transfer is free, and it's easy to use, and they don't fill your mail full of spam, and they're good in every respect.
And of course, the one thing that I've not mentioned all night long, but I'm going to mention it now. Please subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you know anybody who watches my video to subscribe, get them to subscribe. Because the more we build this channel, the more we can do, the more interesting videos we do. We can go further afield and do more things. So we really want to get to 2,000 very soon. We're not far off, Jeff. 1,800 something.
It unlocks new stuff. Every 100 that you hit, it unlocks new. It puts your videos out in front of new people, and it's a good thing. When we hit 2,000, our videos will start popping up in people's recommends, and it will be a whole new world.
Maybe we had a competition at 1,000, didn't we? Maybe we should have a competition for something for 2,000. That's a thought. Anyway, I would like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's come. We will see you again in a week. Tell all your mates if they want something to do, desperate for something to do. There's always this 8 o'clock on a Tuesday. Don't forget, we're also looking for a name. Any ideas you may have. But for now, from me and from
Jeff in Montesano, Washington.
bye-bye. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.